Hey guys, I didn't see you there. I was just cooking the books. Get it? Specifically, I'm cooking Raymond Carver's What We Talk About When We Talk About Love. It was something I read in college. And Steve Martin's Shop Girl. Oh, hot books. Pack in the pan they go. It's irresponsible to be cooking books without some kind of thing to protect your hands, so you guys don't do that at home. I also was considering just putting them in a frying pan and then flipping them, because that might be cooler. So if I ever relive this day, that's how I'll do it. Hello and welcome to the Daily Alison. Today is Monday. It is the beginning of the week. Hopefully you are very productive. I know I am, because already today I have A, woken up, B, taken a shower. So I'm going to feel good about that when I go to sleep tonight. What do I have to tell you? I have two kind of gross stories to tell you. All sorts of news going on in the world, but I would like to tell you a couple gross stories. And then I have a guest, a special guest. So anyway, yesterday I bought a salad in like a plastic salad container thing from the grocery store, as I sometimes do, and I brought it home and I noticed there was a bug under the plastic, sort of facing up. It looked like this, like stuck on the top like that. And I thought, calm down, I can handle this. And so I just, took it out, and that was that. And I'm like, I can handle one bug. But then later I looked more closely, and it wasn't just one bug. It was like one bug and all of its friends, which this bug was larger. It was sort of like the size of a pencil eraser, half of that. But then there were all these tiny red bugs all over the lettuce. So I was hungry. So I was like, this happens with produce, I'll just wash it. And then I was washing the lettuce, and then I realized, no, this is not just a few bugs in your salad. This is a lot of bugs in my salad, and I can't do this. So I put the lettuce back in the container, and I think I'm going to march back to the store today and ask if I can exchange it for something less filled with bugs. And then if they say no, then I'll be like, fine, and then I'll just walk out of there, and I will totally hold a grudge. So I would like to know from you, what's your bug threshold? I mean, like if you're dealing with organic produce. Personally, I prefer pesticides, but you can't order pesticides in your produce anymore. And my second gross story is, I don't want to tell it. I'm going to save it for tomorrow, because I feel like I might have grossed you out enough. Alright, let's just go to my guest. My guest today is the Greg Wilson, whom you may know from Red Eye. He was also in The Hottie or the Naughty. He goes by the Greg Wilson. He and I just had a little email exchange before, and there was sort of a potential, there might have been a misunderstanding over what time we're doing this interview. So I don't know for sure, but I think it's possible. And I feel like one of the emails was vaguely surly, not the one that came from me. Mine are all like works of art. So I think he and I might get in a fight, but maybe not. I'm not sure. It's possible we won't at all. So this is the first time we've talked on the phone. It's the maiden voyage of phone calls. So, I don't know. Let's just see. He's a comedian, if I didn't mention that before, which I didn't.
Hello?
The Greg Wilson?
Hey.
Hello, it is Allison. You're on live tape with the Daily Alison.
Yay, it's Daily Alison!
Yeah, it hasn't been so daily the last few days, but it's daily in spirit.
When you told me the name of it, I actually thought to myself, wow, it's a big commitment to Daily Alison.
I know. You know what? For the first like 6 or 7 weeks, it was every single day, including the weekends, including days where I didn't feel like doing it, including days where I, let's just say, had my period. But now it's more like,
let's just say, to use the euphemism, had my period.
Right, which really means when I'm hungover and not even at home, So, yeah.
So it is a euphemism for a whoring.
Exactly. I wanted to use a more palatable euphemism. So anyway,
That's a great excuse in the morning. Like, look, I would love to stay, but I've got to go tape my radio show, so
yeah.
I'm out.
It actually has been a reason that I can't do things. Sort of like how when people have a dog, they can never do anything because they have to go home to their dog. This show is my dog.
Can I tell you something? A friend of mine actually offered, he's like, hey, you can stay in my apartment. All you have to do is look after my two dogs. And I said, no thanks.
Yeah. Well, wait, so...
In Jersey.
Wait, if you had looked after the dogs, would you be able to... So my viewers don't know. You are... Where do you live regularly?
Right now, I live in Los Angeles.
Okay, but you are in New York for a month right now doing shows.
Yeah, just doing a bunch of shows, performing around and stuff like that, yeah.
But you're staying in New Jersey because you didn't want to watch dogs.
Yes, exactly. And you'd have to walk on... Well, here's the thing. The question was, would I prefer to stay in my... Is my preference to stay in his apartment greater than my aversion to handling poop? And the reality is my aversion to handling poop was greater.
Are these small dogs or are they large dogs? Because it's totally...
I really don't know. Any amount of poop is more than I plan to handle.
But Chihuahua poop is... I mean, I get that, but Chihuahua poop is like... That's like almost rabbit pellets, you know?
I don't know. I'm not going to do it. So, I mean, that's fine for lonelier people, but I don't do it.
So I take it you don't have any pets?
No, I have no pets, which is kind of a weird thing, because I just have no attachment to animals. I was raised in a large family with like a bunch of brothers and sisters, so there's no room. We would occasionally have pets, and eventually they'd be neglected, and my mother would give them away. So, there just wasn't any time or room for an emotional bond with an animal.
Right. I understand. Well, plus, leading your journeyman comedian life, you wouldn't really have time for a pet.
Oh, certainly not now. Absolutely not. I mean, unless it's like a cat, get one of those feeders that fed, but then everyone thinks I was gay, because otherwise, I'm 37 and I'm married with a cat, so I would have to probably just, go with nothing.
If you had a small dog, they might think you're gay, too, just to look on the bright side.
Exactly. So there's no winning option for me there. Maybe a parrot. I could get away with a bird, maybe.
Oh, God. That'd be kind of cool. Although you can't really take them out. You know what, though? People would be, like, making pirate jokes all day.
Yeah, well, then I'd become that guy. I'd be like Greg, the guy with the bird.
Right. There's worse things to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I want people to get that impression of me when they walk into my apartment. Just like, they're like, oh, you have a bird. Like, I don't know if I'm that guy.
Right. Or they'd just hear squawking in the other room, and then they'd be like, do you have a bird? And then you could say, no, why do you ask?
No, and there's a reason there's no handle on that side of the door.
Right. Creepy. So, as always happens, we're sort of running out of time, but we're not totally running. We have like a minute. What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about?
Mm-hmm. Or do you want me to just push you in a direction?
Yes, you push me in a direction, because I'm kind of stoned right now.
Alright, you're stoned? Or stunned?
What now?
You're stoned or you're stunned?
I didn't know. What did you say?
I thought you said I'm kind of stoned, and you could be stoned or you could be stunned right now.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, how have your shows been going so far?
The shows have actually been going great. I've been having a blast. It's always better when you're out of town, Plus in New York, it's just, the energy is so much better, and I really feel free to say whatever I want when I'm in New York, because, my act is pretty aggressive. And I was just in Wisconsin. They hired me to play in some little burg in Wisconsin that's like the water park capital of the world. It's like this town that everybody in this little Midwestern state, Minnesota and shit, they'll come to town. And they have the adult show at night. But these adults were not prepared for my show. They just looked at me. Their jaws were on the floor. They were very shocked. They were completely shocked that anyone would say these things out loud. And so it's just like, maybe I made an enormous miscalculation coming here. So I just kind of it's great to be back in New York and I can really just rip it.
Right. Awesome. Well, now we are out of time, but where can people go to find out where you're going to be? They can just Google your name, right?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, you should probably become my friend on Facebook.
Okay.
I just posted on Facebook. I'm so awful at all the technology stuff. I really should be a lot better about it. So, but all this week I'll be at the Times Square Comedy Club, and then this weekend I'll be at the Catch a Rising Star in Providence, Rhode Island.
And you're on Red Eye tonight. Okay, well, thank
Red Eye
you.
tonight.
Thank you, the Greg Wilson.
Hey, thank you, Alison Rosen. You may now go back to whoring throughout Brooklyn.
I will. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was fun. I think he was stoned, not just stunned. Okay, talk to you guys later. Love you. I'm not really going to go back to whoring. I'm just going to go back to sitting there and thinking about where I went wrong. Love you. Bye.